Hi, Carlos. Hi, Sylvia. This is Amanda again. We talked back in March about your website and your internet presence and all of these things, and I'm sure you've been really busy. I did do another site check and audit of your online presence because it's been a couple months and I just wanted to check and see how that was going for you guys. And I actually, you know what, found out quite a bit of information. So I made a new video for you guys and wanted to, go into the information that I found and just kind of go over the importance of having an internet and Google presence on how much, that affects your business. So let me just jump right in here and explain to you the things that I found and then the importance. So, um, if any of this is repetitive from the last video, please just bear with me. I just want to make sure that everything, involved in the process is understood. So, all right. When your future customers are searching for your services and they go on to, well, let's be honest, anybody that is looking for something grabs their phone or goes to their computer and they search for what they need on Google, right? Now, the first thing that's going to come up in someone searching, and I typed in landscaping Auburn, okay? Now, the first thing that's going to come up in the results here is what's called the Google Map Pack, and that's right here. Now, ideally, we want businesses to be in these top three spots because this is what is instantly shown upon the results. Now, I did take a look, and you guys do have a Google business page, and that's right here. Um, Several things jump out at me. I did find that you are in these listings. You're in the 67th spot. And just being completely honest, nobody is going to scroll down that far when they're looking for something. They're going to go with one of these top three spots, right? Or one of the spots closer to the top. So, in looking at your Google business page, several things here. Now, the first thing that sticks out to me is the Google reviews. You've only got one. I know that you've been in business, 20 plus years. So we would like, this to be in the hundreds. This is really important because this is what, helps build your ranking and your credibility so that you can get exposure and get all of the traffic that's coming to you. The next thing that jumped out at me was the photos. You have beautiful photos and you do incredible work. Um, so adding roughly about 20 more additional pictures, but making sure that they're geo-tagged correctly with organic keywords is really important, and that will also help. Now, the third thing is citations. Anytime that your business is listed on Google, the name, address, and telephone number, Google issues you a citation for that. So what you want to do is you want to figure out how many your number one competitor has, the people sitting in these top spots, and you want to beat them out by roughly about 50 citations. And the reason for that is because you not only want to climb the ranks, you want to beat them out of their spot and you want to make sure that you stay in that spot, right? Now, this map pack up here is responsible for 30% of your business. What's even more important, and just below this map pack, are the organic listings. So this is where your website should be. Now this is really important because this is where 70% of your traffic, or excuse me, 70% of your traffic that leads to business comes from. Now, 9 times out of 10, anyone searching for a product or a service is going to go to Google and they're going to go with either someone high up in this map pack or they're going to go with somebody on this first page of Google. So then what I went ahead and did was I pulled your website, of course, and that is right here. Nice looking, nice looking site. The first thing that sticks out to me is command content. Let me explain to you. What Google does 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is they crawl the internet. That means they audit every single site on the internet. And what they do is they determine the content and then they assign a ranking. Okay. This is what builds the process of getting on this first page of Google is every time they crawl your site, they will issue a rank for it. Now, Google's looking for two very important things. Number one is command content. What command content is all of the words listed on your homepage. So every one of these words. Now, Google wants to see 1,500 words of command content. And what they also want to see embedded within that command content is they want to see the organic keywords. Organic keywords are the phrases that people are entering into Google, such as here. What they do is they obviously take these keyword phrases, they find it on your site, then they match that person searching for your services directly to your site. That's how you build ranking, and that's how you get up higher in these ranks. Now, what I noticed is that the same exact so I pulled my web crawler program. The numbers have not changed in 3 months. This immediately, was a red flag and told me that there is something really wrong here, because you should have some data, and it should be, ideally going up, and there is just simply no data. Google doesn't even know that your website exists. So what that means is that it is not being seen by anyone, and it is doing you absolutely no good. Okay? Now, I dug even further to get to the bottom of why this is happening. So here is the first thing that my Google program told me, is that you're missing the robots.txt. And so because you're missing that file, as it indicates here, this is restricting the activity of search engine crawlers. So it's not allowing Google to crawl your site. So this is a major error. This is what is stopping Google from even recognizing that you guys have a site. Now, of course, you can go to the site if you have a direct link, or you hand type in your website address. So the site is accessible, but it's not being recognized by Google. Therefore, it's not being showcased. Therefore, you're not getting any exposure, and you're not getting any traffic. Here is another data indicator that showed me that there are no pages for that target in the index. So what that means is, again, like I was saying, just furthermore explaining that the site is not being looked at by Google, and it's not being given a rank, and it's not being given an option to, build up to get to these pages. There are many errors on the site. There's a lot of technical problems with the site. However, it's not, the end all tell all here. So if we were to, again, in speaking like at the beginning when I was telling you everything that needs to be done with your Google business page. So if this was optimized correctly and was essentially rebuilt, so built correctly with the additional photos, with the tags correctly on the photos, with a lot more reviews. There's also the website. The website itself is missing from the Google business page. The thing about it though is even if you added in the URL to the website, which is your website address, the website is so weak and hasn't even been crawled or indexed by Google that won't help as far as ranking goes. Now, if the website itself was fixed, so if it had the 1,500 words of command content, if it had the organic keywords, embedded within the content, they were bolded, and the site was optimized to be at its maximum, you would see a tremendous jump in not only your Google business page here, but then also, working our way towards getting you on this first page of Google. Now, this is really important. I know that you can advertise on Yelp and Thumbtack or Angie or wherever else you want, but the fact of the matter is that those ads are very temporary. They can provide you with a lot of results at the beginning or a lot of leads. The problem is the conversion rate isn't very high, meaning that even though you're getting all of these leads, they don't necessarily rank very high at getting you closed jobs. Now, the reason for that is because the leads that are obtained through all of these advertisement platforms are sold on average to 4 to 10 different businesses, right? And so when you're thinking about your Google exposure, this is crucial because the thing is you own your website. Okay, so your website is technically a digital piece of property. So of course you want to put your focus and your energy, your money and your efforts into your website and your Google business page being strong because you own those and they have longevity. So the exposure, the leads, the business, the credibility and everything that you get from being in these high spaces on Google is without parallel. It's incredibly important. Your website is your hub, is your asset. So um, I just wanted to really quickly show you what your number one competitors got going on and show you their numbers for a fully optimized website that has all of the key components that we just talked about. Again, this is, like I explained last time, this is their power rating, this is their trust factor rating. These two numbers are determined by backlinks, which is right here. Now, backlink is a shout out from one website to another, linking the two of you. They've got 681 of those organic keywords I was talking about, so those phrases embedded within their website. And so what all of this is doing for their company is this is giving them an organic traffic rating of 751. That means 751 people every single month are getting onto Google, they're searching for the exact same services in the exact same areas that you provide, and 751 people are traveling to their site, retaining their services, having estimates and bids, whatever the case may be. The bottom line here is this is a ton of traffic to be missing out on. So it's really crucial and would help your business tremendously to have all of the errors and uh, technical restrictions and um, you know there's a lot of errors unfortunately on your site and there's a lot of things that are not linked correctly, and this is what's causing this problem. So the bottom line here is having all of these fixed and then optimizing your Google business page to rank higher would be tremendous for your company. You guys, again, do phenomenal work and could, really benefit from being in these higher ranks. Now, one other thing that I would suggest, because you know what, I'm sure you probably got a ton of work right now, and that's great because it's this season. But I'm sure your objective is to stay busy, not even just through the season, but through the winter as well, right? So, um, my suggestions also for the site would be to add in additional services. So, more tailored towards, surviving through the winter months. So, emergency tree removal, trimming. Lots of trees come down in the winter on the power lines, or just get brushed to the side, or God forbid, falling on people's houses or whatever. So that's a really big service that is helpful in the winter. And then snow and ice control. So I don't know if you've thought about that, but that would be my suggestion on adding to your services to keep you busy throughout the winter and, keep the work flowing and keep everything afloat. So um, the good news is we can fix all of this. We can fix all of the things going on wrong with the site, all the incorrect links. We can get Google to recognize that you actually have a site. We can build your Google business page and grow your business and build your assets. So I hope that this video was informative for you. And, if this is something that you're interested in pursuing, please do not hesitate to give me a call or reach out, text, whatever the case may be. Um, yeah, I hope this helps and I look forward to hearing from you.